I know everybody says this, but please subscribe. It would really help me out if you could subscribe. That would be really nice. Thank you. Gypsy Crusader, or Paul Miller, a former martial artist now turned independent conservative journalist, infiltrated a Proud Boys political speech in New York City the 12th of October 2018 to report on it. Little did anyone know, but here, when the news spread out, was when Gypsy Crusader would start his inevitable downfall. Antifa, a political group on the other side of the spectrum of the Proud Boys, were denied entry to this event. So was Paul Miller. So when a group of Antifa members saw him walking out, he was attacked because the Antifa members thought that he was a Proud Boy. Two Proud Boy members came to save Paul Miller from the attack. So obviously, Paul Miller had gained some sort of respect for them he previously did not have for them, although he still did publicly state that he was part of neither group.
I'm here with Paul Miller, who was at the Metropolitan Republican Club the evening that Antifa disrupted the speech by Gavin McInnes and the Proud Boys.
I was turned away from the event, and when we saw Antifa coming towards us, and as they were coming towards us, I knew that they were after us. 5 of them started to engage us. They tried to grab her. I grabbed him, pulled him back into the fight. I'm fighting with them.
So tell me about what happened when you were in this fight then. Who came to your assistance? Who helped you?
As I ran away from them because there was too many, these 2 men who are heroes, Gavin and Jake, they literally, when other people would have walked away in the streets of New York, these 2 men sat there and helped me fight these guys.
Antifa then made it somewhat of their mission to ruin Paul Miller's life after he publicly shamed them on national television. After all of this passed by, he created the infamous Gypsy Crusader YouTube channel. He posted video images of horrible things that the Antifa group have done in political riots. Therefore, they started to harass Miller again. Paul then used his newly created YouTube channel to express his utter hatred to those who ruined his and his family's life. Around this time, he also started to dress up as the Joker and go on Omegle to spread his hatred towards minorities. Many people thought these were extreme jokes, but in reality, this man was descending into insanity. Slowly, all the popular platforms started banning him and deplatforming him from their sites, leaving him without a place to display his hatred. Not only did social media platforms get involved, but the US government also started to get involved with Gypsy Crusader, also known as Paul Miller, as well. The government had already had an eye on Paul Miller earlier, and early offenses also made him unavailable to own a firearm, although after that he was still seen with one anyways. At 5 a.m. Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021, he was raided by the FBI at Fort Lauderdale. He was raided related to the firearm situation, but also most likely about his internet presence.
Well, this was an early morning raid. Neighbors describe hearing a lot of commotion around 6 a.m. and that's when agents arrested one man, took him from the home that you see directly behind me. And following that arrest, investigators were on scene all day long for at least 7 hours collecting evidence from that house.
We woke up to like flashbangs. You're like,
FBI, come out with your hands up.
FBI everywhere.
The FBI swarming this Fort Lauderdale home, conducting an early morning raid.
In trial, it was decided that Miller was a threat to society, so he was, sentenced to jail time. It was said publicly to be 40 years in prison, but after an interview with Paul Miller, he said that it was only about 1 to 2 years in prison. His final sentence was 41 months in prison, or 3.5 years. Here's where, for now, the real-life Joker, Gypsy Crusader's descent into insanity ends.
Hi.
What's wrong, kid?
I just got bullied for being gay.
Oh, yeah? Well, it's about to happen again.